So I keep on getting this question asked a lot, and that is, how do I make my thumbnails? A couple of people have been asking me how I specifically made the thumbnail for yesterday's video. So I thought this would be a good video to make, and not only would this be like an upload, but this would also help some of you guys, I think. If you guys want to learn how to make thumbnails, if you guys want to learn how to use Photoshop and stuff like that. That being said, let's get into the video. Alright, so what I'm going to be showing you guys today is how to make a simple thumbnail. So I'm going to go to File, New. What we're going to want to do, we're going to put this to 1280 by 720 just to make sure that we get all the, just so that way we get all the thumbnail to show. Basically, I'm just putting this in like any way that I want, so that way it looks alright. I think right now it looks alright. Yeah, we're going to press the check mark. We're going to decrease the size of this display here. We're going to add another layer, and we're going to put some black. I'll explain why in a second. Okay, so now that our layer is black, we're going to quickly hop out of this. And we're going to change the opacity of this to around 60 to 50%. So we'll put it at around 66% for now. So what we're going to want to do now is we're going to add our brightness and contrast. Increase our brightness, decrease a little bit of our contrast. And then we got our curves. Increase this one a bit, decrease this one. And it'll sometimes vary depending on like the image and how bright it is. But we're going to mess around with this, of course. So and of course we're gonna mess around with this a bit, so mess around however if it looks alright. Increase our exposure, decrease our offset, increase our gamma correction. Now that's said and done, I'm going to decrease my black just a bit. Now after all that's said and done, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna go back to our color tool, and we're gonna change this to white, and we're going to decrease this, of course, again. We're going to put the color of white over here, so that way it'll increase a bit of the light coming in. And I'm going to add another layer and do the same with the bottom as well. Do that there as well. And then edit, kind of put that up there as well. Next up, we got our color. So I'm going to add another layer under all the exposure and light settings and between the black. So for the sake of the video, we'll just do blue for Photoshop. So I'm going to add a blue paint in the corner. Put that there, and that actually looks pretty bomb. What I do next is I go to free transform and then kind of drag this out just a little bit, and I'm gonna increase the black a little bit. So yeah, that actually looks really cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously, the last step we got is our text. So we're gonna obviously add another layer for our text. So we're gonna do our text layer, of course, and we're gonna add another layer just in case, and we're gonna choose thumbnail. So now you have your text and you've typed in what you wanted to type. We're gonna transform this to our liking. We're gonna kind of put that like that. Alright, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go to our blending options. We're gonna put our drop shadow, increase the opacity to 100, spread to around 40. We're gonna increase the size, of course. Okay, so I changed the font, but it's not a big deal. Basically, I'm just gonna like go like that. Still looks beast, still looks pretty good, but we could make it better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another layer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just dab that on there on the letters, and then I'm gonna edit and then free transform. And what this is going to do is it's going to make the letters more brighter, stand out more and stuff. So as you can see, it's like weird in the center. Just decrease your opacity to the way, so that way it's not like insane. So again, I'm gonna go to edit and free transform to make it like even. Alright, so that actually looks pretty good. So our final layer, we're gonna have that written as tutorial. Of course, we're gonna do the same things, but this is gonna be somewhat different as well. But I almost forgot one more thing for the first text. One thing that you're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to go to blending options, and you're gonna want to go to gradient overlay. What this will do is it'll give your text a bit more texture and like pop out more. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to make this silver. So you just go down like there, and then boom. Now that actually looks better. You're gonna put the drop shadow, increase 100, increase the spread, put that. Not too much though. It looks kind of weird now. It looks like it's overlaying the other text, but I have a plan. Next thing that I do, obviously, we're going to do our gradient, and our gradient is going to be very important because since we have blue for our thumbnail, we're going to choose the color blue. So I'm gonna go with something that's like dark like that, and then we're gonna go around something like this, and we're gonna see if we can do something with the color blue. Okay, so we're gonna do free transform again with this. If you want, you can add white, but you know, that is if you want to though. It definitely would be cool if you did though. I wouldn't, that would look nicer, I think. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to decrease the opacity of this, of course. And I think one thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to decrease the drop shadow just a little bit, the spread at least. And then let's see, I'll try to add some white, see if that looks good. Alright, so next thing that we gotta do is just center the text to your liking. And so yeah, there you go, that's how you make a simple thumbnail. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. If you guys did, please be sure to like, so you can get at least 15 to 20 likes. We've been killing it with the likes recently, so let's see if we can get that far. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. My name is Hazard or Xenon. I will see you guys in the next video. As always, adios.